resonates with your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Sagittarius, let's get into your reading. All right, the energy coming through today is this. There is a heavy pull between you and this person. They want to reach out to you desperately, but they refuse to let you see that longing. This person misses you in a way that consumes them entirely, and they guard that truth with everything. The ache runs deep inside them, and every quiet moment drags your memory back into their awareness. They have rehearsed entire conversations with you in their mind, but none of those words ever surface. Pride works like armor for them, standing between what they feel and what they reveal to you. The cards are abundantly clear about this energy, and every one confirms the magnitude of what they carry. Our first card is the High Priestess, and it arrives with a deeply undeniable confirmation for you today. The High Priestess tells me this person holds knowledge between you both, truths that stay entirely unspoken. There is an intuitive cord between you, a bond that neither distance nor silence has managed to dissolve. This card reveals they harbor hidden awareness about their feelings, and they choose secrecy over vulnerability. They understand exactly what you mean to them, and that understanding is what terrifies them the most. Acknowledging it aloud would dismantle every wall they built around themselves, and they are not prepared for that. This card does not appear in casual circumstances. It only surfaces when the emotional current runs incredibly deep. What the High Priestess also confirms is that this person senses your energy even when you are apart. They feel shifts in your mood. They catch themselves wondering about you at the most unexpected moments. The silence between you is not empty. It is filled with everything they are too afraid to release. This person holds a sacred knowing about your connection, and that knowing sits heavy on their chest daily. The next card arriving is the Seven of Cups, and this one exposes the internal chaos they navigate. This person is flooded with emotions about you, and they cannot organize a single coherent thought around it. Memories of you merge with visions of reconciliation, and fear of rejection tangles everything into one heavy knot. They picture reaching out to you at night. They imagine your voice, and then they quietly retreat. The confusion is not about whether they care. It is about whether they can handle what follows next. Every option feels overwhelming to them because no path forward includes a version where they remain unbothered. The Seven of Cups confirms you occupy their mind without permission, and that reality destabilizes their composure. They never anticipated feeling this raw intensity about you, and that shock keeps them completely motionless inside. Their emotions pull in every direction at once, and the only consistent thread leads straight to you. This card shows they have imagined multiple scenarios of reaching out, each one ending with them backing down. The wanting is not something they can shut off. It follows them into mornings and through their nights. Then we have the Knight of Wands, and this card carries a restless, almost uncontrollable fire into everything. The Knight of Wands confirms this person feels an urgent, burning desire, pulling them directly toward you today. Nothing about their experience is calm when they think of you. Every thought is raw and electric. This card holds impulsive energy, meaning they have almost contacted you more times than you could ever know. Their fingers have hovered over your name on that phone, heart pounding, before they force the screen closed. The Knight of Wands never represents apathy. It represents fierce passion that is being deliberately and forcefully held. They want to charge forward and lay themselves bare, but something unnamed keeps pulling the reins back tight. What makes this reading so striking is the collision of hidden knowledge, overwhelm, and restless fire all together. This person craves communication with you deeply, but their fear of full exposure outweighs their bravery right now. Every card confirms one undeniable reality. They miss you far more than they will ever willingly confess. The energy does not deceive, and what sits in front of me is unmistakably and painfully transparent today. This connection holds weight that presses against their chest, even when they pretend it means nothing at all. Nothing about their silence signals absence of feeling. It signals they are drowning in it without any lifeline. What they carry for you in this quiet stillness is heavier than any words they could possibly speak. Now, let us go deeper into this because your side of this connection carries its own heavy weight. You have been sitting with emotions that lack clean edges, and nothing feels settled inside you lately. Part of you craves clarity, and part of you is terrified that clarity confirms what you already sense. You hold yourself together outwardly, but underneath that composure lives an exhaustion nobody else can see. Your mind replays moments over and over, searching for answers in memories that only raise more questions. You wonder if you imagined the depth of what you felt, and that doubt makes you feel isolated. The emotional weight you carry is not dramatic. It is real, and it fully deserves to be honored. Our first card for your energy is the Queen of Swords, and this one validates your inner strength. The Queen of Swords tells me you have been leading with logic, even when your heart screams otherwise. You made a decision to protect yourself at a certain point, and you have been guarding it fiercely. This card confirms you built boundaries not from coldness, but from a deep need to preserve your peace. You trained yourself to act unbothered, and that performance costs you more energy than anyone around you realizes. The Queen of Swords also reveals the ache hidden behind your composure, the one you never name aloud. You are tired of holding everything together alone, and that fatigue has settled permanently into your bones. There are nights where your thoughts spiral, and you lay awake, questioning whether any of it was real. You catch yourself lost in thought sometimes, reaching for your phone before you stop and pull back again. The wanting sits in your chest like a stone, and some days it feels heavier than words allow. You do not talk about it openly, because the moment you say it aloud, it becomes undeniably true. The next card is the Four of Cups, and it speaks directly to the emotional numbness you carry. The Four of Cups tells me you have been withdrawing quietly, turning inward when the world offers distraction. Nothing on the surface satisfies you right now because what you truly crave lives in a deeper place. You have been offered connection elsewhere, and none of it landed because your heart is already anchored somewhere. This card confirms your withdrawal is not apathy. It is a quiet mourning for what remains unresolved. You scroll through old conversations sometimes, rereading words that once carried warmth, searching for proof it was real. That need for closure presses against your ribs, and no amount of logic has managed to quiet it. You feel stuck between wanting to move forward and being unable to release what still pulls you backward. The Four of Cups reveals you tried to reason away your feelings, and it never once worked. Your logic demands surrender. Your heart refuses to cooperate, and you sit trapped between those warring voices. You are not confused because you lack wisdom. You are confused because your emotions run deeper than reason. Then we see the Star arriving, and this card brings the most tender and hopeful energy for you. The Star tells me that underneath all of this heaviness, your hope has never actually gone completely dark. You still believe in what you felt, and that belief survives every argument you have thrown against it. The Star confirms your heart holds sacred space for healing, even when your mind insists the door closed. A quiet resilience inside you refuses to surrender, and this card honors that steady and persistent flame. You have not lost yourself through any of this. You have been quietly gathering strength without realizing it. Your vulnerability is not a flaw. It is living proof that you remain open to receiving real love. The Star does not appear for those who gave up. It appears for those who still carry faith. You may not see it yet, but the light inside you has burned steady through every single storm. You deserve to feel chosen and certain, and that desire is never too much, despite what doubt whispers. What lives in your heart today is both beautiful and heavy, and neither truth cancels the other out. You have poured love into others without expecting return, and now your own cup asks to be filled. Everything you feel is valid. Every question makes sense, and your hope still has room to breathe. You are not weak for caring this deeply. You are brave, even when it does not feel true. Your heart carries more wisdom than your mind gives it credit for, and every card here confirms that. Okay, let us see what the cards show, because their side of this holds its own immense weight. This person is not handling your absence how they want you to believe, and the cards confirm it. Their exterior projects control, but internally, they are caught in an emotional storm. They cannot calm down. The feelings they carry for you have not faded, they have only gone deeper underground inside them. They think about you far more than they admit, and that frequency haunts them constantly, without mercy. Every attempt to push you out of their mind has backfired, and the resistance only strengthens the pull. Their emotional state is far more fragile than the mask they present, and these cards lay that bare. The first card for their energy is the Emperor, and this reveals the facade of control they maintain. The Emperor tells me this person grips tightly to structure because without it, they would completely fall apart. They have built an entire routine around avoiding what they feel, and every day tests that discipline. This card shows a person who needs to feel in charge because emotions for you threaten that authority. They fear that reaching out would expose vulnerability, something they have spent months desperately trying to bury. The Emperor confirms they are not cold. They are terrified of what happens when their walls come down. Control is the only language they trust right now, because everything they feel for you defies logic entirely. They rehearsed what they would say to you, and each version felt too honest, so they erased it. Their pride is not arrogance, it is armor. They weld it onto themselves after being vulnerable went wrong before. The Emperor reveals that their silence is strategic, built to protect a heart that already belongs to you. They monitor your presence from a distance, tracking your energy without ever letting you catch them looking. The next card is the Nine of Swords, and this one exposes the anguish they carry every night. The Nine of Swords confirms this person loses sleep over you, and that truth weighs on them heavily. Their mind races when the world goes quiet, replaying every moment they shared with you, over and over. Guilt lives in their chest alongside longing, and the combination creates a pressure they cannot seem to release. They wonder if they handled things correctly, and that question circles their thoughts without ever finding resolution. The Nine of Swords shows genuine torment, not surface regret, but the kind that disrupts their peace entirely. They lay awake, replaying words in their head, imagining what they should have said differently back then. Their anxiety about you reaches into their core, and it shakes their sense of self without any warning. They are afraid you have moved on, and that fear alone eats at them more than anything. This card confirms they punish themselves in silence, carrying blame they never voice to another living soul. The Nine of Swords does not appear for indifference. It arrives when the emotional burden becomes nearly unbearable. Then we have the Ace of Cups, and this card brings the rawest emotional truth about their feelings. The Ace of Cups tells me what they feel for you is not old love. It keeps growing. Their feelings have not plateaued or dimmed. They have expanded in the silence into something they cannot contain. This card represents the purest emotional overflow, and it confirms their heart is completely full of you. They did not plan to feel this way, and the surprise of it catches them off guard daily. The Ace of Cups reveals new layers of love keep surfacing, no matter how hard they resist. What they carry for you is not nostalgia. It is a living emotion that demands their full attention. Their heart opens wider for you with every passing week, and that expansion terrifies them beyond words. The Ace of Cups does not appear for fading connections. It appears only when love is fully alive. They feel you in ways that logic cannot explain, in sudden waves that arrive without warning or invitation. Their emotional world revolves around you more than they will confess, and every card laid here proves that. What lives inside them is not confusion, it is certainty wrapped in fear, and they cannot escape it. Every layer of their emotional state confirms one reality. They are deeply and irrevocably tied to your energy. Nothing about what they feel for you is casual, and these cards have made that painfully clear today. Their heart speaks your name in every silence, even when their mouth refuses to follow that impulse. So let us go ahead and dive into this because the action side of this reading shifts everything. The movement building between you and this person has already started beneath the surface very quietly. Decisions are being weighed on their end right now, and the cards confirm a shift is approaching fast. They have been circling around a choice for weeks, and the pressure to act is becoming undeniable. What held them still before is losing its grip, and the momentum here cannot be contained much longer. The stalling has reached a breaking point, and the energy around this connection prepares to crack wide open. External circumstances push them closer to a decision, and timing plays a critical role in all of it. Our first card is the Eight of Wands, and this one confirms that rapid movement is already underway. The Eight of Wands tells me things are about to accelerate between you two, and it happens swiftly. Communication that was delayed or avoided is now being forced forward by circumstances fully beyond their control. This card carries fast energy, meaning the shift you have waited for arrives sooner than you expect. The Eight of Wands confirms messages are in motion through text or an unexpected encounter neither planned. Obstacles that previously blocked contact are dissolving, and the path between you is clearing with noticeable speed. They will find themselves in a position where silence becomes fully unsustainable, and reality forces their hand open. This card does not represent slow change. It represents a sudden burst that catches both of you unprepared. The universe is collapsing the distance between you, and what felt impossible recently starts feeling inevitable now. Their hand is being forced by situations they did not orchestrate, and they cannot dodge this much longer. The Eight of Wands confirms avoidance has an expiration date, and that deadline is approaching them very rapidly. The next card is the Page of Swords, and this reveals how their approach toward you takes shape. The Page of Swords tells me they gather information about you quietly and carefully before making any move. They have been watching your social presence, asking mutual contacts indirect questions, and piecing your world together quietly. This card confirms calculated observation, meaning every step they take toward you will be deliberate and measured. The Page of Swords reveals they are crafting their approach carefully, testing the waters before fully committing. They want to know where you stand before exposing themselves, and they research that answer actively and persistently. Nothing about their next move will be impulsive. It will be precise and intentional, with every word chosen. This card also confirms small signals from them may already be reaching you, disguised as casual gestures. A random notification from them, a name appearing where you least expect it. These are not coincidences. The Page of Swords operates through strategy, and their re-entry into your awareness is being carefully orchestrated. They are positioning themselves to make contact without appearing desperate, and that balancing act consumes their focus. Then we have the Two of Cups, and this card confirms the action leads toward meaningful reconnection ahead. The Two of Cups tells me this movement is not casual outreach. It is aimed at genuine union. The energy between you is being drawn back together, and the cards confirm mutual ground is being rebuilt. This card represents two people choosing to meet each other honestly, and that choice is actively forming now. The Two of Cups confirms that when contact happens, it carries weight and genuine sincerity behind every word. Nothing superficial exists in the reconnection building here. It is grounded in real intention and mutual gravity. The action unfolding is not one-sided. Both energies gravitate toward each other with undeniable and growing momentum. What the cards reveal about movement here is clear. The timeline is tightening and the distance is closing. Every card confirms that the period of stillness is ending, and what replaces it arrives with full force. The steps being taken may be invisible to you right now, but behind the scenes, everything is shifting. This reading confirms forward motion that cannot be reversed, and the next chapter between you is already written. The action the cards show is deliberate and purposeful, and it moves this connection into its next phase. Now, come in close, because what the cards reveal next are confessions they will never say aloud. The hidden layer of this connection runs deeper than surface, and the truth sitting here is raw. This person buries things so far down that even they struggle to fully face what they feel. The confessions in their chest are not small. They are the kind that would change everything instantly. They carry words never spoken to you, sentences that form in their mind and dissolve before dawn. What they secretly want from you terrifies them because that desire leaves them completely exposed inside. The cards hold nothing back here, and what surfaces in this reading is strikingly and undeniably honest. Our first card is the Devil, and this one exposes the obsessive pull they fight against privately. The Devil tells me this person is consumed by you in a way that borders on complete fixation. They think about you in ways they would never admit, and that secrecy eats at them daily. The desire they feel is not gentle. It is overwhelming and addictive, and they cannot shut it off. This card confirms they are privately attached to you at a level that scares them into silence. The Devil reveals a magnetic pull they experience toward you, one that tightens the more they resist. They try to replace the space you occupy in their world, and every attempt collapsed without exception. What they confess in silence is that nobody compares to you, and that realization haunts them constantly. They measure every new connection against what they felt with you, and nothing has ever truly matched. The comparison is relentless and involuntary, and it confirms that your imprint on them is permanent. The Devil confirms a craving they cannot satisfy elsewhere, a hunger for your presence, your voice, and warmth. They replay intimate moments in their mind when they are alone, and those memories hold power over them. This card surfaces when attachment has become unshakable, woven permanently into who they are at their core. Their confession is clear. They are not over you. They are submerged in you and hiding it completely. The next card is the Six of Cups, and this one uncovers memories they protect like sacred ground. The Six of Cups tells me this person revisits your shared past constantly, guarding it like treasure. They return to specific moments between you, replaying details with a tenderness they never show publicly. This card confirms they idealize what you shared, and that version of your bond lives untouched within. The Six of Cups reveals a private shrine built around your connection, one they visit in quiet moments. Their hidden confession is that they want to go back, not just to memories, but to you entirely. They ache for the version of life where you existed beside them, and that longing never stopped. This card shows nostalgia so deep it has become rhythm, woven into their most ordinary moments. A song reminds them of you, a street corner triggers a memory, and they feel every single second. The Six of Cups confirms they cherish what others assumed was forgotten, and forgetting was never possible. Their heart holds a private gallery of your moments together, and they revisit it, constantly, in silence. Then we have the Ten of Cups, and this card uncovers the ultimate confession buried beneath everything. The Ten of Cups tells me this person secretly envisions a complete future with you, full and whole. They do not just miss you casually, they dream of building something permanent with you entirely. This card represents emotional fulfillment at its highest form, and it confirms you are their private definition. The Ten of Cups reveals they imagine waking beside you, choosing you openly, and never looking away again. Their deepest confession is that they do not want temporary, they want everything, and only with you. They see you as home, and being unable to reach you there breaks something fundamental within them. This card confirms desire for lasting union, not just reconnection, but a complete life built together. The Ten of Cups does not surface for fleeting attraction. It surfaces for love that envisions permanence. What they hide is the full picture of what they want, because showing it feels far too vulnerable. Every card here confirms that what lives beneath their silence is a love confession still undelivered today. The weight of what they refuse to say grows heavier every day, and the cards feel that pressure. Okay, let us go ahead and get into it, because the near future brings significant clarity for you. Our first card is the Sun, and this confirms that light is breaking through the heaviness around you. The Sun tells me the confusion between you does not last, and clarity replaces it naturally soon. This card brings warmth after a long stretch of uncertainty, and it confirms that resolution is approaching. The Sun confirms that truth will surface between you, and when it does, it brings relief, not pain. The near future holds a moment of honest exchange, and both of you will feel its weight immediately. What felt stuck for so long begins to loosen, and the distance between you starts to shrink visibly. The Sun also confirms that the heaviness you carried here does not define what comes next for you. A new chapter forms quietly in the background, and the first signs of it appear sooner than expected. The advice card is Temperance, and this one asks you to trust the timing of what unfolds next. Temperance tells me patience is your greatest ally here, and rushing this connection would only create resistance. This card asks you to hold steady, trust what you feel, and allow everything to align naturally. Temperance confirms that balance will restore itself between you, and forcing the pace would disturb that process. Your role right now is to remain open and grounded, letting your energy speak louder than any words. The universe is already orchestrating what needs to happen, and Temperance reminds you to breathe through the weight. Temperance also asks you to release the need for control and surrender to what is already in motion. The message today was undeniable. They want to communicate, but refuse to let you see how badly. They miss you with an intensity that controls their silence, and this reading confirmed that completely. This reading validated one central truth. The connection between you is alive and demands to be acknowledged. The energy never lied once, and what the cards revealed only grew stronger with each part that followed. The High Priestess opened this reading with hidden truths, and the Seven of Cups revealed their overwhelm. The Knight of Wands confirmed restless passion held back, and the Queen of Swords validated your inner strength. The Four of Cups showed your emotional withdrawal, and the Star reminded you that hope still lives within. The Emperor exposed their facade of control, and the Nine of Swords confirmed the anguish they carry privately. The Ace of Cups revealed love that keeps growing, and the Eight of Wands confirmed rapid movement ahead. The Page of Swords showed calculated observation, and the Two of Cups confirmed meaningful reconnection forming between you. The Devil exposed the obsessive attachment they hide, and the Six of Cups confirmed sacred memories they protect. The Ten of Cups revealed their dream of forever, and the Sun confirmed light returns to you fully. Temperance closed this reading with patience and balance, reminding you to trust the timing above everything else. The alignment across all 17 cards pointed in one direction, and that direction leads back to each other. There was no contradiction between any of the cards, and that kind of consistency carries deep significance today. This reading carried one of the most intense energies I have encountered, and the alignment was total throughout. The bond between you is not fading, it is gathering force and preparing to resurface fully and openly. You are seen and felt, and what lives in your heart is being mirrored on the other side. Trust what your intuition has been telling you, because the cards confirmed every single piece of it today. What you feel is not imagined. It is validated by this reading, and it echoes in their silence. Nothing about this connection is finished, and the cards want you to carry that certainty with you tonight. You walked into this reading searching for answers, and the cards responded with overwhelming and undeniable confirmation. What builds between you holds real weight, and the universe has not forgotten what belongs together here. You are held in ways you cannot always see, and the love surrounding this connection is undeniably real. The cards laid everything bare today, and not a single one held back from showing the full truth. Thank you for being here and trusting this reading. It was a privilege to sit with your energy. Take good care of yourself, hold your heart gently, and trust that what is yours will find you. A new chapter forms quietly in the background, and the first signs of it appear sooner than expected. The advice card is Temperance, and this one asks you to trust the timing of what unfolds next. Temperance tells me patience is your greatest ally here, and rushing this connection would only create